Okay, guys, this is a Resto Shaman in Venom Rogue, not Enhancement Rogue. Whoops. Yeah. So they start off at the bottom. This is just weird positioning for them. I don't know why they do it. We want to get in combat quickly, but with the Shaman being down here, I don't think the Rogue's going to open. Um, so I stick my pet on the Shaman a little bit early. Hop down. Hopefully, I'm going to try to find the Rogue. I actually see him and get in a cheap shot before I can get my whatever off. So my pet is on the Shaman just to start. I switch him to the Rogue so he can stun during the Hex, and I'm not on it with my Paladin, and I'm always a little bit cautious when playing with this Paladin because he's got fairly low resilience. For 2s, it makes a big deal. For 3s, it's more of how many fake casts he can get because we have twice the peels and a Hex and whatnot. So for this team, if it's a long game, it comes down to mana. And while it does come down to mana a bit, I don't play it that way at the start. I think I can get a kill pretty quickly. The Rogue does start peeling me before I can AMS Gnome Racial out of the way. I've already used all those, which is why he got to, I don't know, about 25% health before he did. My Gargoyle is all sorts of buggy and decided to go on the Rogue. I don't know why. He's still doing that after all of the bitching Death Knights have done, and Blizzard just doesn't really care. They won't just stick him as pet targeting, which they should. Anyway, so the Rogue is on me, and as far as I'm concerned, this should be win right here. If he sits on me all match and it comes down to it, I will stick my pet on him and just rotate my stuns and Necrotic Strike and eventually win this on mana. I'll make sure to Death Coil the Mana Tide Totems and never let Water Shield get hit by pet. So if it comes down to it, I'm fairly sure we can win. Honestly, the Paladin is the better choice to be hitting because he's got half the resilience my Death Knight does, and less cooldowns. Unfortunately, this team's probably terrified of Bubble because he just gets a hard reset on a Rogue. So the Shaman's playing it mana efficiently already, mainly because I'm not there to kick, and he's just going to Healing Wave through my pet, which actually does about my pet's damage. He's still not topped, but he's high enough that it doesn't matter. My pet is enraged, which means he can't Healing Wave through my enraged pet. He hits for, like, I don't know, fairly hard on a Shaman. But it's not too big of a deal. I switch back to him mainly because he is my kill target. Earth Shield's on the Rogue, so I don't want to be hitting him right now. That's just a ton of heals. And the Rogue's my focus, so I can focus chains, not the Shaman. So that's one of the reasons I'm also not switching the way I should be, is because I'm being lazy. There's the Freedom. This could be a kill if he hadn't gotten Ghost Wolfed out of line of sight already. He runs through the smoke, so I can't hit him. My pet's stun or the Hodge, I'm not sure which, still goes off. Smoke Bomb's being weird, even though I'm clearly not in it. It was saying I was. Hopefully they'll change that a little bit better. Back on the Rogue. My pet's on the Rogue this time, so I stopped giving him mana because we are fairly behind. It's 52k versus about 70k right now. My pet's enraged. I'm just going to start Necrotic Striking on this Rogue. Necrotic Strike clears. He cloaks the diseases off himself, so really not going to do much damage to him at all. And so he does get topped off. There's a little bit of a reset. It doesn't really matter all that much. The Shaman's already gone down to the same amount of mana as my Paladin just from trying to get through, I don't know, probably 40 or 50k heals of Necrotic Strike that was on that Rogue. There's a Hodge. Unfortunately, it was DR'd off of something. I really don't know what. My pet stun's been on cooldown for a while because it's about to come off. But I guess it's been DR'd to half because he was only in it for a second. Or he just trinkets quickly. It looks like he trinketed. Back on the Shaman. Like, this is a long match. There's not much to say. Heroism's been blown. They're fairly stretched for a kill. The Rogue, I think, gave up on killing me because they're falling pretty far behind on mana. Gargoyle is up. He's going to line of sight it. There's a kick. I don't have enough to do anything off of it. I'm Necrotic Striking as much as possible. My pet should be enraging fairly soon if I'm not going to try to go for a kill. There's the pet enrage. There's a kick again, but I'm not getting a kill. I don't know if Earth Shield's been switched. I don't see it. It looks like Water Shield. There's the Earth Shield switch that I was waiting for. There's a hard silence, and my pet stun's down, so this shouldn't be a kill. I'm just going to use this opportunity to Necrotic Strike fairly high. Desecration hasn't been down. Yet another kick. He's going to Riptide up, and I'm not going to get killed. His mastery is so nice that it doesn't really matter. I can't do much here to stop these. Earth Shield's on him, meaning He's healing, but he's not getting mana back. He's falling behind my paladin now. He's about 10k behind my paladin at this point in mana. There's a freedom on me, and we're just trying to tank this rogue. If I have to peel, I can. That's why I'm trying to keep Death Grip up as much as possible, is if I need to peel, I can. Bubble is still up. We're slowly just whittling this down in mana. It's 50k versus 40k at this point. My pet's enraged. I don't have really anything at this point other than just necrotic strike damage. Horn of Winter's actually fallen off on myself because I'm not paying too much attention. This is a very boring match to watch, and honestly, if you're still watching this, I have kind of respect for you, because this was a boring match to play too. Shaman comes up top. He's out of line of sight of his rogue. If I had my gargoyle up, I'd probably stick it on the rogue and just let him put it at 50 and try to catch a silence or whatever, and whenever it's off cooldown. Make sure to rechange the rogue if I can. I should be switching my focus to the rogue pretty soon. I should have done it a long time ago since I've been on the Shaman for a long time. Paladin just freedomed away from the rogue, got some distance. And Venom rogues are pretty easy to kite. They have their sprint, which they only have one, and it's a 3-minute cooldown, which can get them out of snares if they spec for it. If not, they're kind of SOL. But, yeah. I've just got to get to work on the Shaman and actually try. Kick a Hex. There's 4 seconds. He doesn't have something up. I guess he can Earth Shield through an interrupt now. I'm not sure if that's new or if that's always been that way. But I guess that happens. My silence is back up. I've got 40 seconds on my pets done. Judging by the DR tracker on the rogue, there's still probably 30 seconds on the Hodge. So I'm just trying to keep this Shaman from healing at all. Blood Plague had come off, so I put it back up. I got Fate casted there, so I'm going to catch a Hard Strangulate. Gargoyle is up. Regeneration. Unholy Frenzy is up. I mistimed the order on that, so my Gargoyle is casting slower than he should be. Ultimately, it doesn't matter because it's line of sight. Another Fate cast on me, so I'm going to come out, grip it. My pet stun should be up in about 5 seconds if I can't stack this Necrotic Strike high enough. There's a hammer, another kick, and this is going to be the kill. Yeah, I never timed anything right on that match. I feel bad playing terribly.